Hello, and this is Chapter 3, Ohm's Law and Power. There are 44 questions in this chapter. Number 1. Resistor wattage ratings are determined by heat dissipation qualities. Number 2. If you have a handheld transceiver which puts out 500 milliwatts, how many watts would that be? 0.5 watts. Number 3. A kiloohm is 1,000 ohms. Number 4. How many millivolts are equivalent to 2 volts? 2,000. Number 5. Voltage drop means voltage developed across the terminals of a component. Number 6. If a 12-volt battery supplies 0.25 amperes to a circuit, what is the circuit's resistance? 48 ohms. Number 7. How is the voltage in a DC current calculated when the current and the resistor are known? Voltage equals current multiplied by resistance. Number 8. What is the basic unit of electrical power? The watt. Number 9. If you have light bulbs marked 40 watts, 60 watts, and 100 watts, which one will use electrical energy the fastest? 100-watt bulb. Number 10. Which two electrical units multiplied together give the unit watts? Volts and amperes. Number 11. The resistor that could dissipate the most heat would be marked 20 watts. Number 12. If a current of 2 amperes flows through a 50 ohm resistor, what is the voltage across the resistor? 100 volts. Number 13. How is the resistance in a DC circuit calculated when the voltage and current are known? Resistance equals voltage divided by current. Number 14. High-power resistors are usually large with heavy leads. The size aids operation of the resistors by allowing heat to dissipate more readily. Number 15. Which of the following two quantities should be multiplied together to find power? Voltage and current. Number 16. How is the current in a DC circuit calculated when the voltage and resistance is known? Current equals voltage divided by resistance. Number 17. Power is expressed in watts. Number 18. Total resistance of 4 68 ohm resistors wired in parallel is 17 ohms. Number 19. Total resistance in a parallel circuit is always less than the smallest resistance. 20. Two resistors are in parallel. Resistor A carries twice the current of resistor B, which means A has half the resistance of B. 21. The total current in a parallel circuit is equal to the sum of the currents through all the parallel branches. Number 22. Why would a large size resistor be used instead of a smaller one of the same resistance? For greater power dissipation. Number 23. Two resistors are connected in parallel are connected across a 40-volt battery. If each resistor is 1,000 ohms, the total current is 80 milliamperes. Number 24. Which series combination of resistors would replace a single 120 ohm resistor? 524 ohm. Number 25. If a 3-volt battery supplies 30 milliamps to a circuit, the circuit resistance is 10 ohms. 26. A lamp has a resistance of 30 ohms and a 6-volt battery is connected. The current flow would be 0.2 amp. 27. Calculate the value of resistance necessary to drop 100 volts with the current flow of 0.8 milliamps, 125 kiloohms. 28. The total resistance of resistors connected in series is greater than the resistance of any one resistor. 29. 5 10-ohm resistors connected in series equals 50 ohms. 30. In a parallel circuit with a voltage source and several branch resistors, how is the total current related to the current in the branch resistors? It equals the sum of the branch current through each resistor. 31. The voltage required to force a current of 4.4 amps through a resistance of 50 ohms is 220 volts. 32. If 10 resistors of equal value were wired in parallel, the total resistance would be R divided by 10. 33. The resistance of a circuit can be found by using one of the following. R equals E divided by I. 34. What voltage will be needed to supply a current of 200 milliamps to operate an electrical lamp which has a resistance of 25 ohms? 5 volts. 35. When 2 ohm, 1 watt resistors are connected in series, the maximum total power that can be dissipated by the resistors is 2 watts. 36. The DC input power of a transmitter operating at 12 volts and drawing 500 milliamps would be 6 watts. 37. One advantage of replacing a 50 ohm resistor with a parallel combination of 2 similarly rated 100 ohm resistors is that the parallel combination will have the same resistance but greater power rating. 38. When 2 500 ohm 1 watt resistors are connected in parallel, they can dissipate a maximum total power of 2 watts. 39. How many watts of electrical power are used by a 12 volt DC light bulb that draws 0.2 amps? 2.4 watts. 40. A 12 volt light bulb is rated at a power of 30 watts. The current drawn would be 30 over 12 amps. 41. If 2 10-ohm resistors are connected in series with a 10-volt battery, the power consumption would be 5 watts. 42. If the voltage applied to 2 resistors in series is doubled, how much will the total power change? Increase 4 times. 43. 3 resistors respectively rated at 10, 15, and 20 ohms respectively are connected in parallel across a 6-volt battery. Which statement is true? The current flowing through the 10 ohm, 15 ohm, and 20 ohm resistance when added together equals the total current drawn from the battery. Number 44. Which combination of resistors would make a 50 ohm dummy load capable of dissipating 5 watts? 4 2 watt 200 ohm resistors in parallel.